No, he did.
Oh,
he had
he
it.
did.
Yeah, yellow light.
Okay.
He's in charge of the lights.
Okay, I got you.
I'm in charge of a lot of
You're
things.
the lighting guy?
A lot of things.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's just because he's absolutely anal about everything.
Guess what he does? He comes and plugs in his computer and then
Does audio.
just sits around for a while.
Does all the audio
Well, we solved the headphone issue.
that
was all
he
him.
that he was in charge of.
So
He was on both sides.
I'm in charge of that.
lighting headphones.
Did you like that?
Just a bunch of little things. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
If not,
Hey,
Mike's in charge of the couches.
hey, I didn't choose these. Mike's chose them.
He's supposed to fluff the pillows. Does it feel fluff?
You're delegating the fluffing.
What else is he in charge of?
Did you tell him about the mic? The mic etiquette?
Yeah, I told him.
That's your job.
He's got a great voice.
Am I good?
I don't know.
Let me know if I'm not good.
What Mike will do this this number here.
I'm like, hey,
The levels look good over there.
you don't worry about the levels, but
Oh, it's not my job. I'm sorry. Stepping on toes.
I have a lot of jobs.
How many
many
how many classes have you coached today at
So today none so far because Fridays we start like in the evening,
Okay.
afternoon. Yeah.
On Friday, so you had no classes in the midday at Friday.
Yeah, Mondays and Fridays. So
Is it Vita? So how do you say the name?
the acai shop is
Yeah.
Vita Boa
And then what's the name of the jiu-jitsu place?
School of Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
Easy enough. I never want to say the name of the acai place because I mess up somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Vita Boa Acai. And is
Oh.
it Boa?
yeah,
Okay.
Like boa
Yeah,
constrictor.
yeah,
Yeah.
Boa.
Yeah, that joint like blew up like pre-COVID, right before COVID. Everybody in Dow, I started seeing all the pictures, like got my lunch
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's been a lot of people, and it's slow. So right when we can we say COVID?
No, Bubbles.
yeah, we want to say
right.
bubbles.
Okay,
Eh,
it's like the suds.
Yeah,
in
we'll say
SpongeBob,
bubbles.
right?
Yeah,
If it isn't, it
SpongeBob
should
got
be.
the
The suds.
Yeah.
The suds it was.
we don't want to get shadow banned on our
Oh,
views.
yeah, for sure. But no, so whenever all that big shindig happened and everyone went into hiding, we locked down and stuff. Yeah, it was a big hit, but somehow it got more popular during all that with a different crowd.
Yeah,
Okay. And then we opened back up and we started coming back. So now we just have this mixed match of crowds. We got like a bunch of plant guys in there. We got office professionals. A lot of Brazilians live in Lake Jackson that we didn't know about.
Coming out of the
'Cause
woodwork,
they're coming out
huh?
of the woodwork getting their acai.
Wait a minute,
yeah.
is there acai around here?
They can smell it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can smell that
It's in their
that
blood.
baked bread. They're like, where is it at?
Yeah.
the funny part is that it's supposed to be healthy, but I think I've turned it into like mine. I've turned it into like almost a milkshake,
Yeah.
like with the
Yeah,
Nutella
for
and the
real.
peanut
For
butter.
real. So that's where you can go wrong with that, right? It's acai is on that line of dessert and
Yeah,
healthy lunch alternative.
yeah,
Lunch alternative. His was Nutella with like a little bit of acai in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a
It
lot of
turned into
peanut butter.
Acai flavored Nutella.
You remember you made us the PB&J?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I talk about that all the time. By
It
the
was
way,
good. It's good.
What is that? Acai and
Just
peanut
acai
butter?
and peanut butter.
And we already had a large, and we're like, we just need a little something else. What is
Just,
it?
Really, I'm just a good salesman.
Yeah.
I was
You
able
really
to
are.
upsell.
We didn't pay for it though.
You know, you didn't?
So what does that mean?
I think we did.
Now we paid.
Fucked up.
I want to say when because Mike started taking me there during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I was like really in tune with my eating, and I could tell that I was starting to. We went there every day, and I was getting sometimes 2 of the larges at times.
Yeah.
So I was putting on
You
weight.
did?
Yeah, you don't
You're
remember
really
that?
taking in the carbs.
I don't remember
Yeah.
you getting. There was 3 sizes at the time. I think you bought a small after you got the large. I don't think you got 2 larges.
No, I did. There was a couple of times I got larges.
I would get full on 1 large.
Y'all both got the largest back in the day. That was back because it's a young restaurant, so we're always changing things. Always trying to evolve. And that was back when we had like McDonald's supersized like bowls for our
They were big.
for our acai. They were. I don't know how people ate the largest.
How long you been working there?
Let me think back.
I'm gonna do the Saved by the Bell like.
Yeah. It has Randall like a little kid, little redhead kid with a full beard.
Yeah.
Still
No, it's just a
working.
week ago. No, 2019.
Okay.
So really, just before the bubble outbreak.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
Did you were you into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really one of the reasons why the shop is there. Is, me and Fernando would just always talk about ways we can grow. I told him a long time ago when I was a white belt doing jiu-jitsu, I really fell in love with it. And I wanted to find a way to just do jiu-jitsu for a living. And we found a way. We started the shop. And now that's why I work there, so I can train all the time.
That's awesome, man.
Really? The whole shop? Like the jiu-jitsu section too?
No.
Just the acai area?
I started training jiu-jitsu in 2018. Some friends of mine were looking to do another grappling art, but all they could find was jiu-jitsu. So they roped me into it, and then I fell in love with it. They eventually quit, but I fell in love with it.
You kept going, huh?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in any other kind of sport that you got kind of addicted to?
Not like this. Not like jiu-jitsu. I used to play football a lot when I was in school, baseball, what have you, but I've never done a sport that I loved like jiu-jitsu or fighting in general.
It's it looks very, hearing Rogan and other folks talk about how addicting it is. It looks fun. It looks the camaraderie that's there. Everyone's like brothers and sisters there.
That's right. It's a big aspect is you, especially for somebody. I always try to tell people, if you're shy, if you're in a shell, maybe you're in a social drought, if you will, jiu-jitsu is a thing to do because you're forced to make friends. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to be close to someone than actually be physically close. There's no way to get close to them. Okay. And with jiu-jitsu, with grappling in general, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, whatever you do, that's the way to do it, is to get close. And then you're ultimately going to make friends. Like, I have friends that before jiu-jitsu I would never be caught dead socializing with, like you guys.
Yeah. Really?
I would never hang out with you guys.
Yeah, for real.
Look
Why
at me
am
now.
I here?
For real. And here we are. Right?
Yeah.
And that's through jiu-jitsu. And
acai.
acai. And acai is there because of the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I'm only there. I honestly believe that, because the way my life was heading, it was in a crossroads, if you will. And I found jiu-jitsu. I really believe that God had a big part in that, and me finding jiu-jitsu, and took me here.
What do you think separates jiu-jitsu from other activities outside of, when people get out of high school and stuff and they want to stay active? What is that? Like you talked about being at a crossroads. Why does jiu-jitsu, how is it separated and keep people so focused and positive and want to be on the right track?
Well, it's because it's something very, very, I think it's something that's very, very hard that you can do every single day. Like, let's say you did boxing, right? To pick another martial art. You can't fight your friend 100% every day without giving each other concussions and broken noses. With jiu-jitsu, me and my friend, we can go fight every single day at 100%. We'll be fine because we're grappling.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's that push. Like you said, the perfect example is somebody getting out of high school. Maybe they don't know what they want to do. They were athletic. They did sports in high school. There's nothing they can do after college. Boom. They got jiu-jitsu because now they have competitions they can go to, which is very competitive. You can go to a very high level in jiu-jitsu, making money off of it. The sky is really the limit. And whenever you're training with your friends and you're pushing yourself every day, fighting 100%, I feel like that's a thing that can really bring it, kind of open you up.
Yeah.
It'll open up your future in different ways you didn't think possible.
Yeah, definitely.
So I always hear this breaking point, like people get really into it, and then it's a point where people fall off or people keep going, and then when they keep going past that point, they're in it. And I feel like you're in it. What was that point for you, and why do you think people drop off? What stage in jiu-jitsu is the stage where it's make or break?
So the meme in the jiu-jitsu world is like, there's white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black. Usually people say when they get their blue belt, you never see them again, right? Because, typically, traditionally, it's pretty hard to get promoted in jiu-jitsu. Like some people spend up to 3 years at a white belt,
Yeah.
before you see your first color belt, your blue belt. They get that, they think, okay, I did it, and then they start to get comfortable, and then they just stop coming. It's usually not I'm a blue belt, I'm out. They peter off, and I feel like it's just that comfort of they did accomplish something hard, For me, I knew a month in, I wanted to do it for the rest of my life.
Wow.
You know?
Jeez.
I had broken my rib that first month because I was going with some other new guy and he didn't know how to fall like on me without being danger to me, and his forearm went right in my rib, cracked it. It was probably I think it was the second worst bone related injury I've ever had, and but I was still. It was very painful, obviously, but yeah, I loved it so much. It didn't deter me. I would still put on my gi and sit on the mats. Even though I couldn't train, I would still be there learning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we recently signed up my daughters for it.
Yeah.
What's the benefit for starting kids at a young age, and then progressing throughout their early teenage years?
So I mean, the younger you could start a kid in jiu-jitsu, I think the better for them. Even if they don't want to stick with it later on, because it's going to give. I see it all the time in kids too that come in that are very shy and timid, and they'll come in and give them a couple months, and they're different kids. They're more confident. They can handle themselves more.
Yeah.
And whenever they start learning that at a younger age, if they want to progress, let's say they get to early teen years, they want to keep going. Like we got some kids that are killers. They're going to be scary when they're adults. Okay. When they start, getting to 18, they're going to be scary, high level competitors. And, the advantage of starting young is just that. It's just time. They're going to have the hours on the mat that somebody like me, when I started at 27, I'm not going to have that.
Right.
And
in my head, I wanted to get my daughters in there, one, because the confidence, but also I wanted them to be like strong women. And hearing, again, I go back to Rogan and his friends talking about how it instills discipline and the confidence and all that, positive stuff. I wanted that in my daughters, and I don't think they'll get that from cheerleading or swimming or anything like that.
No, I agree with that sentiment. Not to say that, like Serena Williams isn't a strong.
Yeah, she'll kick my ass.
For sure. She's very strong.
he's like, but I'll beat her ass.
But,
try to use that racket on me.
I ain't taking that racket here. Tennis.
I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was good. Where was that? Okay, so strong women, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of examples in jiu-jitsu even now of strong female competitors. They're very high level. There's, just to name a few, there's Kendall Roosing. She's very high level right now. She's not ranked number 1.
Hey,
in the world.
Can you get this a little bit closer? Just because it's kind of echoing here a little bit. There you go.
Is this better?
That's a lot better, actually. You got
Randall, where have you
voice.
been?
Hey,
Where have you been all my life?
hey, talk again.
I'm here.
You got chills.
All right, cool.
Strong women.
So there's Kendall Roosing is a good example. She's number 1 in the world right now for female jiu-jitsu, and there's a ton of women in jiu-jitsu who are very strong, but even not the high-level competitors, but there's the just the day-to-day women that I've interacted with. We got women in our gym that are leaders. Not only are they killers on the mat, but they kill it in life. I won't name her by name because I don't know if she wants me to share this information, but we have one woman in our gym. She is a single mother. She's got 2 daughters, a son. She's taken them all through life. They're all coming up onto adult age now. She's battling breast cancer. She's going through chemo right now. She's had strokes. But she's killing life, and it's that fight mentality in that jiu-jitsu world. You see her kill it on the mats, and she's killing cancer, and she's taking care of her family. She's doing awesome.
That's awesome, man.
And I believe everyone can take from her, not just women, but everyone.
There's a little girl in your class. She wears the red gi, I think. So my daughter Candace, she's probably a foot taller than her. But when they went, I guess against each other a little bit, doing drills or whatever.
Yes.
I don't know the proper terminology, but they were doing drills, and that little girl just manhandled her, dude. Like she was nothing. Like she's strong.
What's most surprising about that little girl? She's only 9.
I don't think we knew the age, and I was like, so your daughter's got
She's 13. My daughter's 13. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that girl, she's been doing it for a while with her older sister too. So she kind of has that advantage.
Yeah.
And her father trains as well.
I know them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's even the 13-year-old, 14-year-old boys don't like rolling with her. You know,
She's quick too, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
The older sister's pretty good too, then, right?
yeah,
She's been doing it a while too.
yeah. They've been training just as long.
Yeah.
They started together.
And the dad wins competitions that I see on, I think, Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a killer.
Really?
Yeah, he wipes the mats with me sometimes.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought the match looked like you.
yeah. There's a bunch of red hair all over it.
I was like, Randall been here? What?
Randall's been here again, hasn't he?
Damn it.
Smeared my makeup on it.
Yeah.
How at what belt do you have to be at until you start coaching?
It depends. It depends on your coach and how they see your skill level, really. And it's not even necessarily skill level, but your ability to teach.
All right.
Okay, because that's kind of that's the hard part. I was really lucky and blessed, I feel like, to have the coach that we have, because he let me come on and start learning how to teach when I was a white belt. So when I was a white belt, I was in the kids' classes with him, and he was teaching me how to teach.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a skill all on its own.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black belts you'll see in jiu-jitsu that, from my end, from being taught by them, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, so just because someone's a black belt in jiu-jitsu doesn't mean they're good at teaching jiu-jitsu.
Right. Absolutely.
I was wondering, how do you deal with people that are like new people to jiu-jitsu, kids or adults, and then they get a little mad because maybe they can't get you into a position, or maybe they get caught like a little bit and get hurt, and then they just go all out and start trying to fight. Do fights break out? Do people lose their cool?
We never really have fights break out. When the most I'll see someone lose their cool is they get more mad at themselves than anything. We have had a couple people in the past kind of lose their cool, but they get checked really, really quickly. You know, and then you never see them again after that, usually. The people that they get frustrated because of something they did, they're not good enough, and then they try to take it on other people. That's I feel like that's an expression of their ego. You know, if their ego is acting out, and it's people with egos like that don't want to come back.
Yeah. I imagine the further you are and the more advanced you are, you know how to control that rage or that anger a little bit. If you're new, you haven't been taught all those, you haven't learned, and you haven't been through the ditch, I guess, to learn how to control that. Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, that's very true. It's hard to find people that have been doing jiu-jitsu for a while that are cocky.
Yeah.
You know, but you do see it. You know, high level competitors, you'll see it there. You know. Pound for pound greatest jiu-jitsu fighter in the world right now, Gordon Ryan. He's a really cocky guy. Of course, he's earned the right to be. He hasn't lost a match in years, and he fights constantly. But you do see it at the higher levels in competition. But for the most part, everyone's pretty cool, pretty ego minimized.
Yeah.
We like to say we stripped our ego, but everyone has an ego. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
You can minimize your ego, but you can't get rid of it.
People get checked when they go there too, right? Like say like Candace went there, and then some 9-year-old girl just took her to the ground, and then she knows where she's at. And even adults come in and they're like they think they're kind of bad, and then a younger kid takes them down, and then they're like, oh crap, I'm kind of nothing here. I gotta build and get better.
And that's the natural process of things with jiu-jitsu. You go, you find out how much you really suck, and then if you don't want to suck anymore, you keep going. If you don't mind sucking, you quit.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember talking to Fernando, like one of the first times I met him. I was wearing a jacket, and I was like, so I was wearing a hoodie or something, right? And I was like, all right, so what if I came at you like this? And he's like, I'd kill you. I'd kill you. It's no problem. Like he grabbed me. He showed me a quick move with my hoodie, and I was done. Like,
yeah, if you know how to choke someone with a gi jacket, you can choke someone with anything. Every T-shirt has one choke.
That's what Rogan said. If you're wearing a tie, you're dead.
A tie for sure. He's very right about that. I would only wear a clip-on. For sure.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
I would do that either way because it's
You can't
It's
tie
more
a tie.
convenient.
yeah,
Can't tie a tie.
Never
classy.
learned how to tie one?
it's classy.
I don't think you know how to tie
I
a
don't,
tie.
yeah, I don't think he learned.
I definitely don't. Is that a problem?
Yeah, we should talk about it.
We got a problem here?
That's actually why we met here today.
Yeah, we wanted to do
It's
it.
intervention.
Intervention moment.
They open the closet. And like, all right,
Bunch of ties come out.
We're learning today.
we do it with yellow belts, and no, I get my yellow belt and tie.
Yeah, it's a white
Tie and
belt.
tie.
Get your yellow tie.
A white belt.
So we got the purple on you because you're
Yeah.
purple belt. So
Is that why?
What's the next? Is it blue next?
No, blue is previous. So the next one is brown.
All right, let's go through them. White, yellow.
No.
Oh,
Yeah. White,
All right.
blue, purple, brown, black. That's for the adults.
purple, brown, black.
Mhm.
Crap, you're coming up. So you're gonna go to brown.
I'm right in the middle.
I don't know if we have a brown light.
Oh, man. Do we want one?
Next
need to
time,
get one.
Next time you come in, we'll have to do the
We'll
brown.
find a brown.
Man.
How many black belts are there at
At our school?
Yeah, at your school?
Just Fernando, and then we had a black belt recently join us and start training with us every now and then.
Is that Mexican dude?
No.
Is he Brazilian?
No. He's a white dude.
He's a Mexican dude but looks swole as hell. Like
That's Jose. He's a brown belt.
he's a brown belt, okay.
Yes.
Jose.
Someone was saying don't fuck with him. Like
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with him.
They are correct.
He's got about, yes. He's got about 2% body fat.
yeah.
Yeah, don't
He
mess with
looks
that.
like just a complete badass.
Mhm.
And then there's that not little kid, but that young man.
His friend.
Oh, he
I have
helps
a
you.
lot of friends.
Yeah, he doesn't. He hangs out with a lot of people.
Let's not lie here. We're in a comfortable spot.
He helps you teach the
Yeah.
kids.
Barrett.
Barrett. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's 16.
So I think you were telling me he's just a complete badass.
Nobody likes
He
to
is.
roll with him,
Yeah,
right?
people don't like to roll with him. I do because I have been since I was a white belt. I've been getting killed by him since I was a white belt.
Yeah.
You know, we've come up through the belts together. You know, when you roll with someone that beats you up and you keep doing it, it makes you better.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't mind.
How long has he been doing it?
He's got a year on me.
Oh,
A year of
shit.
training on
Is
me.
he a brown belt?
No, he's a purple belt.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You're on the same level.
Yeah, we're same.
Do people who are really entrenched in the lifestyle of jiu-jitsu, do they do other things like ultra run, marathons, like do stuff like that too?
Yeah, for sure. You know, like Jose, for instance, really into weightlifting. You know, that's just his thing. We got another guy that's really into bodybuilding. You know, weightlifting for bodybuilding.
Does that, I imagine bodybuilding kind of restricts you a little bit, right?
Yeah, it does. And the dude admits it, but he just loves doing
He
it.
loves you.
Yeah, you know, so I'm not gonna knock him for it.
Oh.
He's doing his thing. I just took up Muay Thai, you know. So
Y'all are doing an event this weekend.
yeah, we're actually gonna have it's open to the public. Anyone can come at 4:00 this weekend.
Yep.
What date is that?
That's tomorrow. It's the 9th.
It's the 9th.
October 9th.
Oh, there we go.
And at 5:00 we're gonna have a free Muay Thai class on the beach. Kind of like Karate Kid, you know.
So what's so break down Muay Thai? What's the difference? You're actually hitting versus
Muay Thai is purely a striking sport.
Okay.
So think boxing, but you can elbow, knee, and kick.
And that's what you're missing from jiu-jitsu, right? Is that what people
there's
tend to do?
Yeah, there's no striking in jiu-jitsu, in learning jiu-jitsu. So, like, let's say I wanted to do MMA, you know, from the start. I would train jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and Muay Thai. That's like the winning combination.
Really? How does wrestling differ from jiu-jitsu?
Wrestling is purely a stand-up grappling. Your whole goal, if you were just a wrestler, your whole goal is to take the other guy down to the ground. Y'all got a ghost in here?
Dang. That champagne pressured up and popped the top off of it.
Why don't you
Man.
All right, well,
Do a little bit.
continue. Sorry,
Continue.
we had the
No, it's all good.
a little bomb go off
Champagne
in
got a
here?
little excited.
almost had a little champagne shower, huh?
Oh,
Started
what do you
hearing about the
know?
Muay Thai.
First shower I had in a
Is it,
while.
how do you say it? Muay Thai?
It's Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I can't say that shit.
That's all good.
You can't say a lot of stuff, apparently.
I don't care. I don't care.
We're okay. So wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So wrestling is the whole point is to take the other guy down and pin his back on the mat, and that's it.
For how long? Is it really like 3 seconds or just
No, it's touch.
okay?
Dang.
Yeah. So that's wrestling, and usually you'll see wrestlers are very strong hips, because they're trying not to get their back pinned on the mat. So you got to keep your hips
They
up.
do some weird stuff.
Yes, they do.
They're like, they're crafty.
From a jiu-jitsu guy saying the wrestlers do some weird stuff. It's pretty out there. But yeah, so wrestling and then jiu-jitsu, because you want to learn your submissions. You want to learn how to get out of bad spots when you're pinned down. You want to learn how to be dangerous off your back. And then, of course, Muay Thai, because you want to know how to knock somebody out.
Interesting. And then boxing and Muay Thai.
Yeah, you can couple up boxing with Muay Thai.
Do you
easy.
get a lot more out of boxing, or would you get that stuff from Muay Thai?
You would get that stuff from Muay Thai plus some. You know, it's kind of like the difference between boxing and Muay Thai is like the difference between wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu has wrestling in it.
Okay. There's some overlap, but some differences too.
Correct.
I imagine boxing teaches you a lot more of like defense, like moving, and that's not so much offensive, right? This is coming from somebody that knows nothing about fighting.
It shows.
It's apparent, right?
It shows pretty good.
The thing with boxing is it's a fight under more of a microscope. Whereas, like I was saying, the analogy earlier, the difference between wrestling and jiu-jitsu is wrestling's all about the takedown. Jiu-jitsu starts with the takedown, but then it keeps going. Okay, boxing's all about the upper body fight. The hand movement, the shoulders, and the hands.
Yeah.
Or the head movement, shoulders and hands, rather. Muay Thai is about that, plus the hips, the knees, and the legs.
Do you compete?
In jiu-jitsu, I compete pretty regularly, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you stand? Give me some stats.
I'm not in the rankings right now. I don't even look at the rankings for belts lower than black.
Really?
Dang.
Yeah, just because the black belts are the most entertaining to watch. I've pulled back from doing tournaments so much. You know, competing in tournament style competitions where you're in a bracket and you're going throughout the day. I've been doing more super fights, they call it, where it's more like a professional fight. You just go, you do one fight, and you're done.
Yeah, because that's probably hard on your body doing like a couple fights a day.
It is. I'd say a tournament is easier mentally, though.
Really?
Why is that?
Yeah, because on a super fight, you're actually being filmed. There's commentators. There's a big crowd watching just you. In a tournament, there's like 12 massive people fighting all the time. And it's just people yelling. It's like yeah.
I bet you if you're good, though, being on film and stuff gets you a little hyped up.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
The last super fight, thank God I won. It was awesome.
Did you come out with music?
So this was a different kind of super fight. They were the promoter is called Combat Sports Coverage. It was just really fun actually because it had an underground feel to it. So they had like techno music going the whole time.
Wow!
It was in the back of a brewery in Conroe, like where they actually make the beer. They had the mats laid out. They had like lighting and then techno blasting. It was pretty cool actually.
People doing blow and all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. I would not doubt that. It was pretty cool. It was at Southern Star Brewery in Conroe.
Oh wow!
And that was an interesting night.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Does Fernando compete?
He hasn't competed since 2018. That was his last competition because he did have a knee injury before that he's gotten surgery for since. But he's actually come back pretty quick from that, and his goal is to get back into competition. So
wow,
that's going to be coming.
Damn.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, me?
So this is really confusing. So you're our first guest in this new room that Mike set up.
I dig it. I like the feng shui.
Mike
set it up. It's one of my jobs.
Yeah. Well, this is Mike's house, so he should do it. We used to have this thing where he could tap me to let me know that he has a question, but it's a little harder now.
You can play footsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
I can't, but his feet don't reach the ground, so.
My dick does, though, so you could touch that.
Jeez. Shifted a little bit.
A little shit, too much champagne, huh?
All right.
That was good. That was good.
I have a strong feeling. Well, that was a little too much. I have a strong feeling.
Was it? It was perfect.
I have a strong feeling you want to get into MMA.
I have no desire to, but if the chance came up, I wouldn't say no. But I'm not going to chase it, if that makes sense.
Do you strike regularly?
Well, I just took it up, so I'm still learning. You know, I'm basically a white belt at striking.
Okay.
You know, so it's kind of fun to being new at something again and learning. But if the chance came up, I wouldn't turn it away.
Well, you're training kind of like, right? You're doing the Muay Thai, which is developing you a little more.
Yes.
So you just got to like
see
maybe
it,
walk
yeah.
by an MMA gym and be like, "Oh, what'd you say? Did you ask me? Yeah, I guess. Oh shit, I'm over here." Or you're gonna go pursue it.
Well, the thing is, if you're training jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, you're already training MMA. You know, so
Who teaches that?
the MMA or the Muay Thai, rather.
Yeah, Muay Thai.
So we just got a coach in from Brazil. His name is Fabiano Silva. His brother is Felipe Silva, who used to fight in the UFC, and now he fights for a promotion called Brave, I think it is. I could be wrong about that.
Maybe.
But he has he's a world-class Muay Thai coach. He coaches the old shoot box team that was from Brazil. You know, Anderson Silva was on that team, stuff like that.
Where do y'all find, like, how is Fernando connected to all these people? Because he's got like some legit people randomly stopping by.
You know, just coming up in Brazil.
Yeah.
Coming up in jiu-jitsu and fighting in Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
The motherland.
And Lake Jackson, all that has come to Lake Jackson.
Yeah, right.
It's weird, right?
Exactly. That's why I have to give all that credit to God, because there's no reason it should have happened. You know, that's the way I see it.
What's the end goal? I think you've kind of talked about you want to open up your own place too.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I started. I got so in love. I fell so in love with jiu-jitsu early on. The whole reason I started working at the acai shop was so I can craft my life towards opening up my own gym. You know, and that's my goal. I just want to teach jiu-jitsu, live out of that gym, and see where we can grow from there.
That's awesome. What's the desired location?
Right next to the other. Good business. There's good business going in there.
Is that why the Wingstop closed right there? So you can open it?
Yeah, what happened to Wingstop?
Bro, I don't know. but
Randall.
I was so hurt when they moved.
I love Wingstop.
I know, but they got that thigh stop now.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Where?
there's not.
Yeah.
There's a thigh stop?
Yeah.
It's from the same people?
It's from the same people. So they fry the thighs just like they do the wings, and they season them just like they do the wings.
Where?
But it's fucking thighs.
Where's this
The
at?
same restaurant. They just call it Thigh Stop.
Is it right there? Right there in Lake Jackson?
Yeah. You don't know where they...
No.
It's so nuanced. Like,
Yeah.
thigh stop
So,
now.
so Wingstop
where's the
didn't
wings?
close. They just moved.
Yeah, so Wingstop moved by Domino's or something, or Papa John's, whatever it is.
Little Caesars.
There you go.
Jeez.
Good pizza. But I thought that restaurant had been closed right there. It's open, you said.
The Wingstop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thigh stop. I didn't know that. Did you know this?
And they
yeah.
sell thighs now.
Do you get it?
I have to go by there after this.
That's why it's called Thigh Stop.
Can you order wings at Thigh Stop? Doesn't sound like it.
You can, actually.
So they can make two businesses, one Thigh Spot.
That's fucked
Well,
up.
it's kind of like School of Jiu-Jitsu, Vita Bo Acai.
That's pretty different. This stuff's kind of like,
I don't know.
they need a
two
steak stop.
businesses.
Steak stop?
That would be dope.
That'd be dope.
I picture you in like Colorado.
I thought of that, but the taxes are just too damn high.
Really?
Yeah. Starting business in Colorado is actually not ideal. I'm thinking College Station. That's kind of where I have right
Shit.
now. Yeah.
Haven't you lived there before maybe?
Never. I've been there once when I was like 7.
But you gotta, that's the place you're going.
It is because you have Dallas, Houston, and Austin, San Antonio area. That's and they're all equidistant from College Station. And those 3 cities are the major cities where there's big jiu-jitsu tournaments. They come to Texas. College Station's right in the middle. That's why I kind of targeted that. My heart's not set on it, but it's what I'm thinking right now.
That's awesome.
People love College Station. And then you got a bunch of students over there that
Exactly.
it's what's going on right now. So they would go over there and train and
Precisely, yeah.
with
That's the
mom
idea.
and dad money.
Yeah.
What could be sweeter, right?
Yeah, or the government money.
Either way, it's money, huh?
Exactly.
Has the recent popularity of like the UFC fighter and all that stuff, do you think that taints like the true art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or does it help promote the sport more?
It's an interesting question. I wouldn't say it taints anything, but it's not like... So the true art of jiu-jitsu, if it's tainted by anything, it would be ego. You know, from the high level people that I was talking about that are in it. If anything is tainted, people that come in from the outside or people that see the UFC or whatever and they come in and try it, they actually end up being more of the traditional martial artists themselves. Actually, where the popularity of the UFC does make things a little crazy is you'll have people. They think they have like a delusion in their head that they're better than they are.
Yeah.
And they'll come in and they say, I want to do a few classes. MMA is my dream. It's what I want to do. And they expect to do like 3 jiu-jitsu classes and go hop in a cage and then sign a contract.
Sign a contract.
Oh my God.
Like they people really expect this.
Oh shit.
You know? And at least once a week. It's not the same person. And I don't know where these people come from, but once a week, dude, I get people that come into the gym and they asking about memberships and the way we go, and then they break down how they were like ninjutsu masters and like double black belts and like this secret martial art. Dude. Their nunchuck skills are insane, and I'm like, okay, bro.
The magic game's on point.
Yeah.
What PlayStation game is that?
Right, man. I don't know. So we do get crazy people out of the woodwork every now and then, but for the most part, no. Everyone that comes in, especially nowadays because it's gotten more popular, people come in knowing to be a little humble, you know, and it's going to be a learning experience. You're not going to go in there and impress anyone by any measure if you've never done it before.
What's your so back to the kids. We're taking Candace 2 days a week, and I think my daughter Tyler's going 3 days.
Right.
I think 3 days is probably a little too much for kids. Is 2 days sufficient, or do you think they need to be going 3? Like, what's the recommended? I think 1 day is not enough.
Yeah. So and it all depends on your goals and your abilities, right? 2 days is more than enough. 3 days enough.
Yeah.
If you can train 5 days a week, sure, why not?
Really?
Yeah. Because for the kids, once you get to like 13 to even the adult age, jiu-jitsu is kind of applied the same way. Okay. So if there's a kid that's training or even an adult, I would tell them the same thing. If all they can make is 2 days a week, I say as long as you're consistent, that's what matters. It's not the volume, it's the consistency. You know, it may take you longer to get to a certain level, but you're going to get there if you're consistent, if you're not stopping.
Right.
You know? So mat hours and volume of training is an important thing. If you want to get better quicker, of course you train more. Right? But if you want to get better overall and you just want to enjoy the trip, 2 days a week is perfect.
Yeah. I'd listen to you talk to the students after class, and you got, like, I was telling my wife and my ex-wife, like, you're the perfect person to be teaching the kids because of some of the stuff that he says. It's like, you know, listening to, I don't know, like Cam Haynes talking to kids or David Goggins talking to the kids. You're saying the right word. Do you think about what you're going to talk about before class, or does it kind of come to you, or how do you get the inspiration to coach the kids?
Usually whenever I'm talking to kids, I don't really think of anything. It's just off of what I see.
Yeah.
You know, like if I see kids getting real frustrated with training, I got to tell them, I say, hey, it's not about winning. It's about training. That's why we call it training, you know? And if I see kids, doing really good, I'm going to, great job.
Yeah.
You know? If I see a kid getting cocky, I'm going to partner up with the kid
with Bear.
It's going to
All right, Bear.
kind of knock him down a notch.
Head over there.
You said something along those lines in the last class. You were saying, like, hey, we're not here to. This is not a competition. This is practice.
Right.
We're here. We're all here to get better. If someone falls or whatever, or if you beat someone, tell them how you did it.
Right.
And, that's pretty, like, I don't know what the right word is right now.
It's like Mr. Miyagi.
I'm buzzing right here, but that's
I can't see.
That's so inspirational to hear because as parents we try to tell the kids that, but for another person who's not always in their life, to someone who they don't always see, for them to be hearing those words from them, I think that probably has more of an impact on the kids.
Well, thank you, man. That's that's awesome to hear. I try to have that impact because I know I only have them for an hour a couple days a week. You know, but I feel like it's something that I wish when I was their age somebody had told me. You know, because I'd come up in sports with a lot of insecurities.
Yeah.
You know, and in jiu-jitsu, there's no need for any insecurity, especially about your skill. You know, even especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really important that kids know that it's just because you may have got taken down and tapped out the whole class, it doesn't mean you're never going to be good at jiu-jitsu, and it certainly doesn't mean you're not good at anything else. You know?
Yeah.
So it's really important. I think it's really important they know that.
And you've been through all of it too. So I mean, you're able to talk. I mean, I'm sure you talk to yourself during the process of getting better at jiu-jitsu, and you're
Constantly.
just relaying that information to them
Constantly.
But with training, so like you're going through the process of learning, and you're training. Is that training helping you a lot learn about jiu-jitsu because you're explaining it?
Yeah. So teaching jiu-jitsu helped me get better quicker, right? Because like, let's say there's a certain technique that I have to teach a kid. I have to explain it in the most simple way that I can. But by doing that, I'm breaking down that same technique in a very simple way that's easy for me to understand. And I'm finding out new little nuances to techniques by teaching it to kids. It's the best thing you could do if you want to get better at jiu-jitsu is teach it to other people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do y'all do you only teach the kids, or do you help teach adults too?
No, I do teach the adults classes. Me and Jose will trade off on our 6 a.m. classes. Sometimes I'll fill in on the evening classes teaching those. And of course, I always teach private lessons to people that want it.
Oh wow. I didn't know y'all do private lessons too.
The school doesn't. I do. That's my little side hustle.
Badass.
Yeah.
What's more enjoyable, the adults or the kids?
Oh, the kids for sure.
Yeah.
The kids. You know, and it depends, you know, because sometimes it's just good to go teach the adults and just make a bunch of adults fight each other and make them huff and puff, you know.
He's on the sidelines like, oh, boy, is talking shit. You want to go with him? I mean, I know y'all are going, but do you want to?
Hey, Donnie was talking shit last week. Oh, Donnie was in here running his mouth.
Donnie said your form is shit.
Your form.
What are you going to do about it?
Oh, Donnie, that's not what you were saying last week.
Oh, man.
Coach, I think they're saying you're instigating a little bit. No, not me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not me.
I'm just spreading information.
My hands are clean here.
Yeah, literally.
Man, that's So what's more enjoyable, the working at the acai shop or doing the jiu-jitsu?
Oh, the jiu-jitsu for sure.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You don't like making the balls?
Yeah, do
I
the
like
bowl.
making the bowls. I like talking to people.
We have a lot of new people making bowls now.
Yeah, we do. We're growing. We're expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any? I don't know if you can like say the information, but are there any like expansion plans in the works? Like delivery, or I don't know, just anything.
Another
Actually,
location?
We thought about delivery for a while, but it's not logistically feasible for us.
It melts.
Yes, it
It
melts.
melts.
That's exactly it. I could just say that there's plans in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for I knew
That's
he
all I
was
can say,
working
though.
up something.
Is it another location?
That's all I can say.
Exactly. That's another. Everybody, if you're hearing this,
If you're hearing this first time,
you heard it here first.
Our 12 listeners.
Oh.
It's so good, dude. I try to make it at the house. I go buy the acai.
You can't. It's like buying bread and meat and expecting it to taste like Subway.
That's exactly what I said. I told my wife. I equate it.
Kind of easy. Bad example.
You know when someone else makes your sandwich,
It tastes different.
it tastes totally different.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I can't make the bowl look pretty. My shit just y'all got the squeeze bottle, the peanut butter. And
I'm a
you make it-
culinary artist.
Yeah.
What
looks
can I
good.
say?
Yeah.
And I see y'all posting more on social media too.
Yeah.
Those pictures are pretty good.
Yeah, we so the photography is all of our little Jonathan.
That's the friend I was talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that you have. Yeah.
I have more than one.
I have a lot of friends.
I have a lot. I have two.
My
have three.
My bad.
Oh yeah, three.
They're right there.
Sweet.
I'm your friend. While you're in this room.
But he's kind of taken up the role as the school or shop photographer, and we actually hired a Brazilian marketing agency
Oh wow.
to do our. So they really help boost our social media and get us out there a lot, and I feel like it's really helped our especially the acai shop, has helped it grow a lot.
Oh, so y'all are on Instagram, Facebook. Y'all do Twitter and TikTok and that shit too?
No, just the Instagram and Face Space.
Face space?
Yeah, that's what I call Facebook.
My father-in-law used to call it sit on your Facebook.
Your Facebook.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's a quick guy, dude. He's got it.
Yeah. A lot quicker than you.
Got some quips.
Swipe y'all out.
Yeah.
Getting
Just
toasted.
saying. We can make it a threesome kind of deal, you know?
Whoa. We have to add another camera.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Just saying.
Then we have to get more chairs and more mics.
We need to.
Yeah, more the better.
Yeah. We can just get we can just do it at the library. The Lake Jackson Library.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why that place?
They have all the tables and chairs we need.
I've never been there.
They need it to be quiet, though, right?
Yeah, we can just whisper the whole time.
What is that called?
An ASMR podcast.
Yes.
A whole ASMR podcast. That would be perfect.
Oh, wow.
I was telling Mike when I was taking some math courses a few semesters ago, I ran across this ASMR chick who wore like the low cut shirt.
Oh my God.
But she would teach you, so her boobs were just popping out, but she would teach you the, like math problems, but do the ASMR like carry the two, divide it. And then
I learn a lot better that way. I'm like rewinding because I can't hear.
Yeah.
like, what the hell are you listening to?
You have
Kelly's
to
like,
pause it.
what are you watching?
I can't watch the ASMR.
I can't either.
It pisses me off.
Why is that?
It's the same thing. Like when I hear people chewing, I get really angry.
Do you really?
And when I hear people just whispering at barely an audible level, I want to punch them.
I don't picture you having any, like, I imagine your fuse being a mile long.
It usually is.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that'll.
Just now I'm gonna go to acai and just chew food out loud.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Man, y'all are cruising for a bruise.
That's what I'm talking about. That's grease. That's grease for sure.
Did you go? So where are you originally from?
So I was born in Lake Jackson.
Okay.
I lived there till I was about 10 or 11. Moved to Florida. Moved back when I was 16.
That's what happened to you.
Yeah.
You don't have
I'm all
a Lake Jackson vibe.
I don't?
Yeah.
I don't know what my vibe is.
See the flip flops?
I put
Florida written all over it.
I'm always putting out my vibe, but I don't know what it is.
It's not Lake Jackson, which is a good thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. The only thing I really miss about old Lake Jackson is the Hastings.
Dude, don't bring that up.
gosh.
It's in the mall Hastings or
Oh, in
or
the
it's
mall Hastings?
I didn't know there was
Don't
a
get me
mall
started.
Hastings.
Yeah, it was in the mall. It was close to DNA Comics.
Oh, dang.
DNA Comics, huh?
DNA Comics.
You know, Hastings had some of the best coffee.
Yeah.
Do you remember drinking the Fraps?
Yeah.
They like put chocolate milk in it.
I know.
Like they knew they didn't need to do that, but they did.
But they did. They were the heroes we didn't know that we needed.
Dude. And then you remember Abernathy's?
Yeah, I remember Abernathy.
Someone brought that up the other day. I was like, I used to go to Abernathy's, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it used to be where Sakatumi is in the mall, but it was a
Yeah.
coffee shop, and it had like really good coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all the good things kind of go away.
Yep. But it's coming back. Lake Jackson has grown
Yeah.
since then.
Yeah.
I remember Wendy's was in the mall.
Dude.
Really?
Frosties.
Yeah. The Wendy's. You can go get a Frosty and go to the Dollar Theater. And then go to Tilt.
Tilt.
Yeah. Go
Tilt
get
was
your
good.
Pogs at the Tilt.
Y'all are taking it way back.
Yeah,
Tilt
we
was in the
are.
mall too.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know
I had a
anything about
whole
it.
Pog collection from Tilt.
I remember the Hastings that was like, I guess
The
now. where-
standalone,
Yeah, the standalone
It
one.
was-
Yeah.
where the Planet Fatness is.
Yeah.
Wearing the colors, man.
Well, I don't have the yellow.
Oh.
It's not
That,
my
the
vibe.
Fraps were probably the best. Is that what you missed about it?
What, at Hastings?
Yeah. Well, I guess what was your?
What I missed was hanging out with all my friends on the patio after they closed, and we would all get drunk.
We all get shit faced.
Yeah, right in front of Hastings. That's what I missed about Hastings.
There was people that lingered out there. I didn't know you were one of them.
Yeah, that was one of them. I was
Yeah.
one of the lingerers.
You're like just there
Just
for just
solicitor.
a little too
Yeah.
long. Did you play the Magic in the?
Yeah, at the time I did, yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I might have seen you in there.
Probably did.
Were you a Pokemon guy?
Only when I was a kid.
A Pokemon card falls out of his pocket right now. Fuck.
Charizard.
I never.
What's that?
That's funny. Dude. How old are you?
Do what now?
How old are you?
How old am I? 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we know all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Age
How old are
really-
you?
32.
Oh shit!
I'm way more mature.
Acts like it, doesn't he?
He's young too. What are you, 31?
31.
You're older than me.
No, I'm 31.
I think you're lying.
32? I don't know how old I am.
I think you're lying.
We gotta
Born
get
in
you a
88.
cane, Mike.
Yeah, I already have one.
Geriatric.
You didn't
now.
see me sit down. I sat down way ahead of this.
So you're saying you're sitting on your cane?
I think you need to go. Do you remember Pogs?
Yeah, I remember Pogs. I had slammers and Pogs.
Yeah. You got the
Everything.
cool ones, huh? It's more about collecting than playing, though, I think.
Yeah, it was. I never actually played one game of Pogs.
Yeah. That stuff looks real. I mean, the Pogs and the slammers look, I mean, I had a slammer that looked like a saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like the cool one. He pulled that out. You're like, oh, I don't want to
I
play.
had the Mortal Kombat slammer. Yeah.
You
What
need
are
to save it for the end.
What were
Finish 'em.
Pogs? Mm-hmm. You lost me here. I don't know what
Pogs
the
are
fuck
like little, basically round cardboard cutouts of pop culture, and they were decorated with whatever pop culture icon was at the time.
What'd y'all do with it? What was the idea?
You could think of marbles, but with those cardboard cutouts, and then slammers were like just like metal, like pewter coins, rounds that you would like slam onto the Pogs.
Wouldn't you? So you'd stack them like every
Yeah.
turn. You'd stack them, and then you hit your slammer on the table, and whatever fell was yours, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think I'm missing something.
I think so. We're both missing something, but I think we can piece it together, like kind of.
Yeah, bring them. What is it? Intertwine it.
Yeah,
You can bring your style and my style and just interweave them.
Maybe we could just make
intertwine.
something.
Yeah,
Something like that.
we can just make our own game.
We
You
don't
know-
have Pogs.
We can make our own Pogs.
You could
They're
make
fucking
those,
cardboard.
but the slammers were good.
They were. We'll just use $50.
Aren't
Go ahead.
Call them
aren't
whammers.
trading cards like coming back? Like
They are
sport cards?
They are. There's a whole store in Alvin that's just baseball cards.
Ah,
I didn't know about that.
I've heard about this.
Yeah,
I never got into any of that.
I never got into baseball cards. I didn't see the point.
No.
I was like, what's the hit damage on this baseball player? None.
How did you trade them though? Like who? Like even the Pokemon cards. Like what? How was that a thing?
Well, I could understand with Pokemon, right? Because you can fight each other with the cards, so you're
okay.
trying to
Powers.
upgrade your shit. You know,
Shit.
make it better. But having a deck of the Cardinals, I just don't understand how that goes.
Deck of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's just one of the that's a long game, is like keeping them forever until someone misses them.
Until
and
someone
wants
wants
them.
them.
Again.
Yeah.
That's kind of anything, right?
Kind of, but there's no game to it.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
There's just I have this. Haha.
They were selling digital cards where you buy an instance of a card.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the stock market. You bid on it.
So
and
it's
then
kind of like an NFT then,
it's like you don't get nothing.
Yeah. That's what. Have you heard about
a
that shit?
non-fungible token.
Have you heard about that?
I think that's what it is. I haven't heard
Yeah.
about it.
You can buy a picture or anything that's on the internet. You can bid on it, and then you can own the rights of it.
Yeah, you're basically buying the trademark to something.
That's like the new.
But people are getting loaded off of it. Like,
Yeah.
people are selling like, all those people. They're in those old original memes. Like,
Yes.
they're selling their meme as an NFT for millions.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's the new. They're equating it to the new real estate, like
Yeah.
the new real estate bus. Like
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
making it valuable is it's tied. I don't know too much about it, but I know it's tied to like the blockchain and cryptocurrency, and that's what makes it valuul.
Yeah.
because it's like super secure somehow.
people are selling.
I'm not a fucking nerd. I don't know.
Even like audio. People are selling pieces of audio. That way they could be trademarked.
Dude,
Or
I want to record a fart and sell that.
Wet one.
Yeah, just the gnarliest, wettest Taco Bell. fart.
fuck Taco Bell, man. When's the last time you ate Taco Bell?
I don't remember.
Before I got up here.
Yeah, on the way.
It's one of those high ones.
Yeah.
He knows that one. He knows that.
He loves that.
Everyone knows.
He loves that
one.
shit. No.
Everyone knows that fart, dude.
Yeah.
The Taco Bell
Classic.
part.
Yeah, but I'm very sure you can make that NFT easy.
You know too much about this random shit, don't you?
I like to read.
Yeah.
It's usually random shit.
Did you go to college?
No. Well, I went for 3 days.
Did you?
Yeah.
What were you going for?
He was trying to join MMA. Remember those guys? I'm trying to go to school to like be a lawyer, but I just want to get 3 days knocked out.
I wasn't going for anything, but I always had the long-term goal of if I go to college, it's going to be to do something with history.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see you doing that.
I'm really interested in like the arcane history that people don't really learn about.
Yeah.
So I'm just always reading.
What's your take on the future of higher education? Like, do you think it's going to change from what with the standard 4 years of, paying, $100,000 to get a 4-year education? Do you think it's going to change with YouTube and all this shit?
So what I think is going to happen with higher education is a little tinfoil hat time coming on. But I don't think it's going to be here for much longer.
Why is that?
Well, I think the whole infrastructure that it's built on is going to collapse. I think the infrastructure, a lot of things are built on, is going to collapse in the coming years.
What do you think it's going to be, though? What's going to be the replacement?
I don't know.
I want a theory.
Are you a prepper?
You had a really quick answer. I'm sure you have an answer.
If I had the money, I'd be a prepper.
I would totally prep.
I totally would.
Do you have any guns?
I used to have an extensive gun collection, but I got rid of a lot of my things a long time ago. I pulled the Elon Musk, got rid of my stuff. I don't have the money he does, but got rid of a lot of my stuff and kind of recentered my life.
Oh,
So I have a few guns, but nothing to write home about.
He's got them buried in his
trying to get Mike into some guns here.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you should get into guns if you have the means. Get into it.
Yeah, I want to put a turret gun on my Honda Fit. Just so I can come out the sunroof and I can just it'll probably outweigh my car, but
Yeah.
That would be excellent.
But dude, I just put it on top.
100%.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
Yeah, I mean, I got the sunroof's already cut out, so
There you
Right.
go. Yeah. Get a couple guns right there. Just you don't even need a machine gun. Just a couple guns. You can just.
what if I go to the store and I get in a little spitting match? Just get up top, open the sunroof,
Just
and
bust through the door of that store with your Honda.
yeah.
I was never into prepping, but over the last 2 years of the shit that we've seen, not out of the realm of possibility where some shit might pop off, right?
Yeah, the defecation may hit the rotation.
Damn, I knew that was coming.
Damn, man, he's schooling the shit.
Think
out of
about that a little bit, huh?
Say it again.
So the defecation can hit the rotation.
Yeah, it's got to at some point, though, right? It's got to come around. Some shit has
The
to
way
eventually
things are
pop off.
going,
I
and
bet
the
you
way-
don't get that.
What?
I'm gonna put you on the spot. You get what he said?
Yes, it's gonna come around again.
You don't get it, do you?
Yes, I
Think
do.
about it.
Well, unless he's quoting a movie or something.
No, he's not. It's just he
when
said
the
it a different
defecation
way.
hits the rotation.
I get it, but
What is it?
What is the way you're explaining it? Then?
What's the simpler form of what he's saying?
The shit's gonna come back again?
Almost.
What? What do you think it is?
I don't think I know.
What is it? Tell me what it is. Explain it to me.
What rotates that shit hits?
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
That's Randall's mind, dude. He's good.
Y'all have the same fucking shitty mindset.
he's gonna be mean about it.
Nah, he's
y'all
he's
fucking
turning on
suck.
me because I made you laugh.
Yeah, well, fuck y'all. Hey, did you pour me something? The defecation hits the rotation.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
He's gonna use that too much now. That's gonna be the topic of the
Dude,
next week.
put it on a shirt.
That's going to be the title of the podcast. The defecation hits the rotation.
There you go. That's gonna be the podcast after the shit hits the fan.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's got to come around again, though. I mean, I think realistically, people go crazy during fucking what's the holiday after Thanksgiving where they go shopping?
Black Friday.
Yeah. You see people getting fights over fucking TVs, PlayStations. They think they're getting a fucking 40% discount.
So they go crazy over that. What are they gonna do? Whoops. What are they gonna do on the day that none of that's there? Right?
Yeah, they're gonna start coming to your house.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where I was telling Mike that you need weapons, something to defend your fucking
Yes.
household.
And I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but what if it does?
Oh yeah.
You know. But I truly believe there's going to be a day where the country, as we know it, is not going to be the country as we know it.
Mm.
You know.
What do you think? In your head, what's the worst case scenario?
In my tinfoil hat mind, the worst case scenario is what would you would call a civil war,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be like what we had in the 1860s, so that civil war is kind of unique in history, where you had states fighting, you had states that separated and effectively started another country, so it was like two countries going to war. I feel like this, if it did happen, another civil war today would be more like the Spanish Civil War, the Russian Revolution, it wouldn't be states fighting against each other. It would be cultural,
Yeah.
you know, because there's such a big rift and divide that's been happening over the last few decades with identity politics and everything that's been going on. And it's just been, there's no middle anymore.
Yeah.
You know, there's either left or right. There's no middle. And that's very dangerous.
Mike and I have like really good conversations on our way to work. And we were talking about the need for, just to start planning out for, the possibilities.
Right.
And Mike said something, pretty, or he asked the question, like, how would you defend yourself against the army if the army came? Mm-hmm. And my belief is kind of along your lines of, if the government wanted to, take control over us, it wouldn't be, the military wouldn't go against us. There would be some idiots that would definitely try, but by and large, the military are us. Therefore, they're protecting us. I think it would be folks from other countries or other, populations that would come in.
Well, what president is going to bomb Houston, for instance?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's not going to be a president that's going to want to order the bomb. No one wants to be known as that president, I would hope. Right? But I agree with you. And a variable that I think about a lot that not a lot of people think of was, let's say it did a civil war did kick off. What are the cartels in Mexico going to do? That's what we got to worry about, I think.
Yeah. When I start thinking about that shit, when I put my tinfoil hat on, I start thinking about all these military vets that are now in the private sector and that are just waiting. And fucking, some of them are praying for some shit to pop off like that. That way they can, protect this country. Mm-hmm. I start thinking about the bikers. Like the
cross country guys.
No. Like,
but let's not count them out.
Yeah. I mean, Lance Armstrong could come into it, right?
Yeah.
I start thinking about the gang bikers, that the fuckers that are pushing dope and doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But that really protect. That would go fight a war. I wouldn't want to fight those fuckers. The military, fuck them. Like the biker gangs. Dude.
Don't fuck the military.
Oh, no. But I'm talking about if there was something.
Yeah.
The people that would remain to try to.
The people you have to worry about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To an extent. If you want to put on a couple layers of tinfoil here to, really.
I've had a few, so.
There's, if you look through history, you look at, say, the Soviet Union is a good example on how they took over the military, okay, is they got rid of their political opponents, okay? And now you look at the country nowadays, what's the biggest divide in our culture now that I see is vaccinated and unvaccinated. Okay.
Yeah.
With the bubble vaccine.
Yes.
Okay.
Bubbly.
Yeah. With the
what did you call it last one?
The bubbles. Oh, the bubble popper.
The bubble popper. That's good.
That's really good. That's cute.
So with you got the bubble popped and bubble unpopped, right? And the military now is saying if you don't take the bubble popper, you're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
So then you look, what are the political ideologies of the people that have taken it and those that haven't? Those that haven't taken it are usually a little more right-leaning.
Right.
Usually. Just looking at it. Those people are getting kicked out of the military. So now you have a military that's all politically on one side. Mm. So now you have a political military.
Shit, I didn't think about that. You're scaring the fuck out of me, Randall.
Freak me out a little bit.
So I'm just saying that's just where my mind goes sometimes when I think.
I didn't think about that shit. That's some shit, isn't it?
Did you see?
Fuck.
Did you? What was that thing? What was that thing I sent you about the Facebook? You may know someone you know posted it about the Facebook whistleblower.
Oh,
saying that
read
it
too much into it
was implanted. Like what better way to restrict more on Facebook than to
it was a implanted fake,
a fake
whistleblower. Yeah. Have you heard any of those conspiracy theories?
No.
That way they can just gain more control. Like, oh well, shit. If we need to, upped our security systems. And we need to monitor more stuff.
So it's like a cyber false flag kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause who in the right mind would go against Facebook? They're bigger than Facebook, like
a lot of pundits are saying
Facebook is bigger than Facebook.
it's not Facebook, it's something completely, we
It's
think
a
of it just as,
conglomerate.
we think of it as just a fun little app, but man, that app has got some money.
They own fucking WhatsApp, Instagram, and God knows fucking what else.
I bet you they're involved in DARPA. That's just where my mind goes.
I bet you they own my house.
DARPA is that branch of the Pentagon where they make experimental weapons.
Oh yeah, they're deep into that.
I would assume so.
Randall knows too much, man. You don't have a girlfriend.
I just read a lot.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I've had a few.
Yeah. You're too well knowledgeable about stuff.
Are you saying I
have
got
a
too much time on my hands?
Yeah.
You call me a nerd?
No, it's a good thing. No,
He doesn't have
like having a girlfriend is just like a ball, just a chain, just
He doesn't-
weighs you down.
He
Tell me
doesn't have
about
a
it.
girlfriend, you asshole.
No, it's not a bad thing.
He said he had a few and he's had a few, so
No, dude, girls just weigh you down, man.
What about guys?
that's a different story.
Mike weighs me down. Mike weighs me down a lot.
I think you weigh her down, fatty.
Yeah. Well, look at you.
Well,
How long are we into this bad boy?
105.
And Randall's got a class at 5.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's 4:10.
Let's give it back to Randall.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Get the deets.
What do we do?
Deets.
What?
Get the closeout deets.
There we
It's
go. It's been a while.
We're on a podcast.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. What's up?
So, thanks for coming on, Randall.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
We need to do it again. I think you need to be our tinfoil guest.
Yeah, anytime.
We should have another episode to talk about just craziness.
Yeah.
I can get crazy with that.
Oh, I can get crazy.
Yeah.
How crazy you
I can
want?
get wild. All right.
Are you really into all that? Like, do you get deep into it? Alex Jones, InfoWars shit?
Yeah. Mostly because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
But some of it is pretty legit. So it checks out.
Who's the guest that Rogan did the 666 episode with?
Oh, that was
This
Duncan? Not Duncan.
Duncan
You can be our Duncan Trussell.
Yeah.
I'm all down.
You
He's
can be our
funny.
Duncan Trussell.
Can you do an impression of how he laughs?
I don't know. I don't remember
He does
How
it.
he
He does
talks?
it perfect.
How he talks?
He's like, I don't know, man. It's just like it's freaking me out, man. It's just I don't know. But when you look at him, it doesn't look like
He's like, it's
No.
so wild. He's so fucking wild.
it's great.
I'll tell you what. We'll bring a Duncan Trussell soundboard.
Yeah.
We'll just hit it off when we need to.
He's a good. Do you listen to his podcast?
I don't listen to his podcast. No, I have seen his show on Netflix.
That's a pretty good show.
It's a
I watched-
pretty wild
I
show.
watched it
Yeah,
all.
it was pretty good. But yeah, I'm totally down. Conspiracy shit. I love it.
How can people get a hold of you? Follow you on social media? Do you have social media?
Yeah, I have Facebook, but I'm more active on Instagram.
Okay.
Garfield_BJJ.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Damn, so good.
Garfield, huh?
Yeah.
I need to follow him. I don't think we follow each other.
Oh, come on with it.
What's the Vita Boa Acai social media?
Vida Boasai.
You would have never guessed.
Idiot. Dumbass. Well, I appreciate it, Randall.
Hey.
It's been fun, man.
Hey, thank you all. Y'all been good hosts.
All right, man. Rock on. Love you. Bye.
Let's
Bye.
do it.
Bye bye.